I want to, I want to show you something. Here I am. I'm choosing my brush. Okay, brush library. So here's all these options in here that you get all the defaults, right? But then also here's some ones that I've downloaded, like graffiti brushes. I wanted some graffiti brushes, and they do really cool things. You know, you can really do all that graffiti stuff if you want that edgy look or whatever. So that, this is amazing. Halftone textures. This is like, if you're into like making your art a little bit funky, like, you know, give it a halftone color. You know, so halftones is another thing that, so you can download all the brushes you want. You just need to look them up, but sometimes you have to pay for them. And Etsy is actually pretty good for that because people make their own brushes, and so I have paid for a few of them, and it's definitely worth it because they're a little bit better than free ones. Free brushes are a little bit rough. All right. So, but I have to admit, one of the free brushes that I use a lot is, ballpoint pen. So here's something. You can make your own library of your favorite brushes, and I have mine here. So it says Brooks Faves. Do you see this one right here? Brooks Faves right there. And this is what I've used I've just compiled my favorite brushes onto that. I'd like to move this all the way up, honestly. Let's just see if I can. There, I can move it all the way up by holding onto it, and it just goes under recent. Be sure that it doesn't go inside recent, or inside. If you're dragging these things up and down, they can sometimes go inside a menu, and then it just gets to be a pain in the neck. But anyway, so here's my favorites. Brooks Favorites. And 6B pencil. I love drawing with that thing, but I also love playing with the ballpoint pen. Here it is, ballpoint pen, right there. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to sketch to show you the different style. So, undo. And one of my favorite erasers is, so remember last time I said use, if you're drawing with a pencil, erase with a pencil. But that's just a general rule, but in general, there's another cool thing, which is using, oh shoot, this is Viscom. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn off all my stuff that I don't need. I love using, well, let's just start drawing some stuff. Now, what is it I'm drawing? Oh, this thing, I'm drawing this thing. So, I've already got some good views of this. I'm going to flatten this whole thing. Okay, so workflow. Look at all these layers I have. There's all these layers. I've copied and pasted. You can see I've copied and pasted here and here a few times because I'm just saving myself some time. But sometimes it's better if you always draw it fresh. But anyway, I'm going to flatten this. But before I do that, cover your ass, because here's this page right here. There it is, right there. Okay, duplicate it. So select it here, duplicate, because if you flatten it, you might want to go back at some point, and because I'm going to flatten it now. I'm going to take it and I'm going to flatten it, and flatten this whole thing. There's many ways to flatten it. You can pinch all of them together. Just pinch. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm pinching them. Oh, what? It's not. Hold on, let's just see. All right. So there, and you can see me pulling off. Okay, so it's working now. I don't know. Maybe there's some bugs wrong. Okay, so I'm going to erase all this stuff, right? So this is one of my favorite erasers. It's this one. I'm going into my brushes. Fat nozzle. Fat nozzle is a default in here. Airbrushing. Oh no, not airbrushing. What is it called? God, it's down here. Spray paint. Spray paint is, I think it's a default thing in Procreate. It's a default brush. But I love using spray paint to erase because it gives a very cool, splattery, it keeps it sketchy looking. So I'm going to use my fat nozzle. You see the fat nozzle right here. I did put it into my favorites. And how you put it into your favorites is you have to use two fingers. You might want to watch me physically because I click on the fat nozzle with my finger, and so I have that, and I drag it. One finger I'm dragging. My other finger I'm scrolling through, and I'm finding Brooks Faves right here. So now I'm on Brooks Faves, and so with the other hand I still have this in my finger. I'm dragging it into my favorites, or I drag it in here. Normally it drags it in there. Let's see, fat nozzle. There it is. So you have to use 2 fingers sometimes. Grab it, open up the other file, and drag it in with the other finger. So fat nozzle. So I'm going to use that right now. You can see what the thumbnail looks like. It's all splattery, but it erases real nice. It has a really cool effect. And it opens up some freedoms when you're trying to... All right, there we go. So now what? I'm going to go up here, and I am going to copy this because it's all on one nice flat layer. Let's just flatten it all again by pinching them. So it's all on one layer. I'm going to grab this one piece. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to grab it. I'm not going to grab it because I'm going to come up with variations. So undo. Sometimes you can copy and paste, but it reduces your freedom as far as idea generation. So, oh shoot, I need a brush. Sometimes just redrawing it every time, it's better practice, and it comes out. You'll come up with more ideas. So instead of copying and pasting it, which gets super boring in terms of idea generation, now I'm going to draw other ideas. And notice I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not even using the mirror tool. That's another thing. Try not to use all of those tools like the undos and all of the mirror tools and all that stuff, because it'll save you time down the road for sure, but for now you want to learn as much as you can and get as much practice with stroking as you can. Stroking with the pencil and just learning how to draw, rather than using the computer to help you out. So, and anyway, it brings a lot of satisfaction just drawing it again as well. So this is my speaker, but I have to remember, it's going to be sitting right underneath my butt, underneath the seat. So it can't be too big. And when I drew this, I realized, when I drew this, I was like, God, that's going to be kind of hard to stick underneath my seat. But I still want it there. So I'm gonna. So this drawing is not going to fit very well under my seat. So I'm going to erase this out, even though that makes it a waste. So before I erase it, I'm going to copy it. I'm not even going to erase it. I'm not going to waste that time. I spent 5 minutes making that, so I'm not going to waste that time. I'm going to put it off to the side there, so it's an extra piece. But what I am going to do, by the way, I'm using the ballpoint pen. I am going to draw a bike seat. And I know there's like pieces in here, and the stem comes down here. There's this. So I am going to draw the bike seat because I want to be able to draw my speaker in a context so I can see, will it fit, will it look like, will it look stupid, will it look cool, I don't know. So I am putting it in a context. So, and ideally I want the sound to hit my ears, so my ears are up here. So, but I don't want to blow it out this way because I don't want the people behind me to be annoyed. I'm not trying to show off my music, a little bit, but really I want it to go to my ears. So I'm going to make this part, I'm going to start drawing in holes for the sound to come out, and the bass is going to come out. Okay, so this is, I'm thinking and working at the same time. I mean, so this is the mid-range or bass, and then in front I'm going to have a tweeter. Tweeter's the high pitch stuff. The bass will come out here. Okay, I'm cool with that. So, oh, now how am I going to tie this thing? So this is my basic idea. How am I going to tie this thing under my seat? Honestly, I don't even know. I'm just going to do a few little thumbnails to see how I can figure this out. And the seat normally comes down here. There's a block or something. maybe it's cool. All right. Now I'm starting to combine ideas. So what if it... I was thinking, wouldn't that be cool if it just shot straight up? But then I have this post coming down, and then I have the water bottle holder. So I might be abandoning my idea and just having a water bottle holder and just shoot straight up. So I'm seeing, let's see, it comes up right. Okay, I'm abandoning this idea. I think I'm throwing this idea out because I don't have time to develop it. So far my winning idea is the bottle holder on my seat post. That one, or the one that, this idea right here, which hangs from my handlebars, or is on my handlebars. But the thing about handlebars is, alright, you got cell phones. Oh my god, look at that. That went... Okay, check out this ballpoint pen. I never know. Check out this thing. So, it's red, right? Oh, red? Ballpoint pen, yeah, there it is. But if I press hard, it does some weird stuff in there. That's freaky. Hold on, I'm just going to zoom in. I've never seen this before. The harder I get... Oh, it gets super dark red in there. Alright, I get it. So, fair enough. But anyway, what I was going to say is, normally, when I'm on a bike, I'll want my cell phone there. I've got other stuff there. I can hang it. Whatever. Let's undo that. I am going to just develop this one that's right here. All right, let's get in there. I'm gonna make this smaller. So, just maximize. This is how you fill your pages up. You do all these little sketches, make them smaller, even though it's just kind of a little BS-ish. Just put it off to the side, and it's going to make a really nice compilation. So if you think a sketch is a garbage sketch, it's probably not so garbagey that you can't make it small and put it off to the side, because look at all that little development. My boss would be asking, what did you do for the last hour or last 30 minutes? I said, well, I did these. Be like, all right, fair enough, then carry on. So, I'm going to make a new page, and I'm going to do a tube that faces up. That's going to be sitting in my bottle holder. The bottle holder, the water bottle holder. So, just because I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it straight edged right now. And, I don't know, I'm just going to have to play with some different shapes. I'm just going to play with just the silhouettes right now. Oh, now, okay, so now I just realized this can hang from my handlebars, or it can go in the water bottle holder. So, win-win. And I've been working on this idea for a while. So this ballpoint pen is really fun, and it is quite ballpoint penny. It's not perfect, but... And look, I'm not even using the tool about how to, make your lips. I will use it later. And we've had so many of these canned speakers before. Everyone's doing them. Everyone's been doing them for a while, so I'm feel a little unoriginal. So I don't know how to address that yet. But hey, looks like Viscom will fix me on that. Let's put on some reflections. Yeah, I wonder how Viscom and AI is going to affect our designs. I mean, it's so new that we don't fully see. Those products have not come out yet.
Do you think stuff could start looking the exact same? Not in years, but
maybe
way out in advance, 150 years.
No, as long as there's humans involved. If everyone relies on AI too much,
yeah.
But if humans, it depends how our brains develop as well. Our brains.
So if we just start getting dumb?
Yeah, we might get dumbed down. Is that yours? No, I was just. I thought it was mine. Yeah, so that'll be an interesting question. So can I or can't I? So I'm gonna double dip here, and I'm gonna have two. I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone, and I'm gonna have one that hangs from the handlebars, and the same thing is going to be able to be put in the water bottle holder. So everyone's a winner. So this is for straps, so it can be hung. But then, how am I going to make this unique? So we still keep sketching alive. I'm still going to sketch like normal, even though later on I'm going to take it into AI. So this is a really nice workflow that we're going to learn how to exploit and get used to, because I'm just, so you know how he was saying cross-hatching is not going to look good? Well, for now, I'm going to still use it. I'm going to use it for now because it's but then before I take it into AI, I'm going to trace it, and I'm going to take off all of these construction lines. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be actually, of course. But I'm working too fast. But you're right. But the thing is, I'm going from shading to this, and then if you try to get too organized, sometimes being too smart slows you down. So I'm going to bust this out as quick as I can, and then after I'm going to retrace it, and that's even faster. It's funny how things work out. You know what I mean? You think you're being smart, putting all these layers, but then after like 100 layers, you're like, oh my god. Exactly. So, so what am I thinking on this? Okay, I'm going to okay, here's where the fat nozzle eraser comes in. So I need to erase out all this stuff in here. So if I go to the fat nozzle eraser and then see that fat nozzle, you can see it's a fat nozzle, and I erase it out, and I like how it overspills into the other stuff, because not only does so I have to redraw that, which is kind of cool because it makes me just, I don't know, it kind of opens up freedom stuff instead of being so worried about staying in the lines. I don't know, it just opens up some options for me. Sometimes we get all wound up into, staying in the lines and the markers, staying in the lines, and sometimes it's nice to break away from that. And so you might need to do a bunch of profiles. Sometimes you got to do cut views, like what I'm doing here, just to know how things function, because I'm doing the speaker thing. So the heavy bass thing, actually I'm going to rotate this and use this software as a way to, it's like a workbench. So you can rotate this thing, because I'm going to have it standing up perpendicular. So there's bass, then there's going to be mid-range. And then there's going to be treble, small. It's like stages of the rocket or something. So then I might find some rocket. So just when you're thinking, you say, oh, it looks like stages of a rocket, draw a rocket, so at least you remember that you can pull off Apollo, one of the Apollo rockets. And when you just draw that thing in quick while you're thinking about it, otherwise you will forget about it, and it reminds you of the story, and it just looks good to have those extra drawings in there. Especially a rocket, and it looks high energy, so and of course you got to put USA because we want our stuff made here more or less. So stages of the rocket, and I'm just going to write that in. Stages of the rocket. If my boss asks me, what do you mean by stages of the rocket? I'll say, I don't even know. It just sounds pretty okay, and it looks like a rocket, so. But then, no, I could drill it down if you really wanted it. Okay, now you can really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into the canvas, drawing guide here, edit drawing guide, symmetry. I hit that. I have to turn on that drawing guide, drawing assist. Drawing guide, edit drawing guide, symmetry. Okay. Right, and here's where I want it, the symmetry. Done. Okay. Okay, Dennis. Today's Thursday. Is today Thursday?
Yes.
All right, good.
See you Tuesday.
Yeah, see you Tuesday, guys. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.